Welcome to Real Idiots. After my dad going to the record store, I think you should be up here, Dad.
He's actually sponsoring this segment.
Brought to you by George Southgate.
So you're saying Rich is a happy man after the visit?
Okay, looks like Molly is weaseling her way into this show.
Is she? Okay.
It's a Southgate thing.
It's
all
on
right.
my schedule.
I know, Rob.
So-
Rob sent me a schedule too, and I didn't meet it.
You guys
So,
have
you know what? I'm telling you guys, I have no
I
clock,
asked for
so
one.
I
Oh my
can't
gosh.
tell.
Oh my
You have no
gosh, you're the
class.
worst.
Mom, please turn that clock around.
We got
It's behind
15
the,
we have
it's
15
behind
minutes.
the
I got.
act.
We have phones.
Yeah, but if I can see it while we're doing it, that helps. That's why I
2:12.
have that. Okay,
we
so we don't have a
have
lot
a
of time.
couple minutes.
Let's get into it. It's time for Real
Let's get
Idiots.
ready
I'm
to
Rob
rumble.
Southgate. With me is
Martha Southgate.
A little Kanitsa.
Chris Mao.
and
Molly Southgate.
yes.
Yes.
All right. So
can't
it's
see her.
REEL, even though it should be REAL. We're just going to talk about movies. We only got about 20 minutes, so let's get into this thing. What have you guys been watching lately?
Well, I know Chris and I just saw a fairly new movie.
Together?
Did you go on
Not
a bro
together.
date? Oh.
Not
No.
together.
Do I need to be jealous?
I did have a
maybe.
lot of butter on my popcorn.
And you thought of me
Ew.
during the
I
whole
did.
movie, yeah. No, we saw Blade Runner 2049.
And?
I thought visually one of the best movies I've seen visually. I thought story-wise it was good, not great. I wanted
Not
it to be
great.
more. I still give it, 4 stars, A+. It was great. It was a good movie. Gosling, everybody in it killed it. I just wanted a little bit more, especially for the movie being almost 3 hours long.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours,
That would've been a
44
nice-
minutes.
I'll tell you what, it was long. And this is one of those weird ones. It didn't seem like a 2 hour and 44-minute movie, but there were some parts you're like a little draggy. But
Yeah.
then the action scenes were like they were long and it was quick. Is that a good way to explain it?
You're right. I think some of those little draggy areas that I think that weren't needed could have used a little more Harrison Ford, could have used a little bit more of other things. Like they should have cut that out and then elongated the ending set that they had going on.
All right.
I liked it. I thought it was like, and Chip and I were talking about it earlier. I think it's a very that 80s style where
Very
you get
much.
into the milieu. It's more about the lifestyle and how bad this dystopia is going to be,
Right.
as opposed to just about the human element in the story where someone as young as a Lil, but I mean, and I'm
He's got
saying
the full house
a little
party.
baby.
it's not popcorny. It's not like action. But I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. I left going, I want to see this again.
Yeah, see, this is
When
the
I'm
kind
not
that I have a feeling I'm going
tired.
to have to watch on my own, and I am dying to see it. Martha's already napping just when we're talking about it
Yes.
now.
Yeah, I'm like,
And is it Villeneuve? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Is that cinematography
Well, he's the guy
is
that did
unbelievable.
Arrival, which was spectacular. And I think he's doing Dune, too, so get ready for more
Yeah.
boring sand
dystopian.
worms.
Right.
And Chris and I high-fiving.
And it's the same guys that did Battlestar Galactica, but it doesn't have that exact feel, but it kind of does. It's
Lauren
amazing.
Green's in it?
Lauren Green, no. The
Is he
Alcon.
still alive, Peg?
No.
Peg.
Lauren. He
Lauren
died
Green?
like 900 years ago.
gonna say.
Like
Lauren
30
Green?
years ago.
Long
Lauren
time
Green?
ago.
Something to do?
Is
We
he
haven't-
alive?
We haven't asked her yet one today.
Right.
Your son, Rob, alive or dead?
Alive or dead?
He's okay right now.
Is
Her
he okay?
husband might
Her
not
husband
have very
was-
long.
yes.
Because she's going to kill him.
No, but
Yep.
I mean, I think it's
With the
by
spoon
far.
behind him.
I would say by far. I thought it was the best movie I've seen this year. I think.
Over Sausage Party?
Yes, over Sausage
That
Party.
came out last year.
Oh, sorry, a
You know what?
little.
I don't know because
A literal.
Because I look at
A literal!
that's funny. I look at
Molly
movies
won.
like Wolverine,
Drops one.
Right,
like that Wolverine Logan,
Logan.
and
This-
Yeah, but
it
that's a
depends.
completely different type of
But he's,
film.
but he's talking about the best movie he's seen this year.
Okay.
Since-
So
Because
I mean,
Logan was spectacular.
I think this is epic.
Yeah.
I think it's epic. But that's me.
You know what though? I think maybe because I had more vested into Logan.
Sure.
Because it's been 30 years since Blade Runner. You
Right.
know, it's
That's valid.
So you were like 6 when that
Hold
came
on.
out.
And then,
no. When that came out, it came out at 82. I was
82 or 83.
Three.
80, yeah.
Oh, my God. We were almost
we were almost married.
Yeah. No.
I
that
was
was
8.
10
I
years.
was-
I'm
we were
18.
married 10
It's
years
okay.
later.
I was
He was
3.
12 when we got married.
Wow.
No, 13.
But you know,
my gosh.
I just love that. I mean, and this is before Last Jedi comes out because I have a feeling Last Jedi might be the best movie we're going to see this year. But that's me looking into the future. And Wonder Woman is a
Wonder Woman.
fantastic movie too. So
All right.
That's the noise Lego Dimensions makes whenever she flies. Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman. All right, Molly and I haven't
I'm
seen
just gonna spin around.
any movies in the theater lately, but we've
No,
been
I saw
watching.
Awesomeness.
What have we been watching?
We watched Rushmore.
Well, okay, we've been trying to go. We're starting to go through Wes Anderson movies. So we've done Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Rushmore.
and Rushmore,
And Royal Tenenbaums.
and Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums is.
that was on the other day.
best.
Oh my god,
Diggity.
I got sucked in.
It's
That is
my-
the last
it's
time
my
you stabbed me,
favorite.
Pagoda.
Oh my
It's my
gosh,
favorite movie
it
of
is so
his.
fantastic. Well, we love Rushmore though.
Yeah, we love Rushmore,
Rushmore
too.
is a
but
great
I
film.
really think Tenenbaums is the
Hold on.
best film
Is
he's
Bill
made.
Murray more despicable in Rushmore, or is
Oh, he's
Gene Hackman?
very nice. Gene.
Gene
oh.
Hackman,
Hackman
in
is
Tenenbaums.
so despicable.
But he's not. I mean, he's
No, he
great.
is.
I mean,
He's despicable.
he's Gene
Bill Mur-
Hackman. He's perfect.
Gene
He's-
Hackman plays Bill Murray in that, basically.
In the
Well, no,
second.
I
No,
want-
it's the other way
Do you-
around.
No,
Because
in
how
the,
he looked, how he acted.
in Royal Tenenbaums, she kept saying, he's acting like Bill Murray does. Like,
I wanna
as
know-
despicable as he was in Rushmore, because she
But-
saw Rushmore first.
I know.
What, did
And then
Gene
she was
Hackman
like-
know he was in a movie?
No, I'm pretty sure that was him and Pagoda.
Is
I
he-
think they were
was he,
just.
Was
that's
he married
them.
to Angelica Houston? Really?
Oh my gosh.
He just thought he was having a date with Angelica Houston, and that's what happens.
And it's hard for me to feel sorry for Danny Glover at any time. Danny Glover, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm not. I
I
felt sorry
love
for
Danny
him. No, he's
Glover,
great in
yeah.
it, but I
No, I
don't.
mean, I like him
I'm
most
not very
things.
empathetic to his characters, and I did in that. In Lethal Weapon, I was like, just shoot him, please.
Just shoot him.
Oh, we like him.
Stay on that. No, just lean up on that, Joe, so it blows up on you.
So we've been doing those, working our way, starting through the Wes
favorite-
Andersons. But
Actually, my
what?
favorite for those is Fantastic Mr. Fox, Rushmore, then Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, that's
Really?
your order? Okay. If
Not
we're playing
Steve
pop culture
Zuzu's
countdown.
them.
She
too,
hasn't
right?
haven't
seen Life
gotten there
Aquatic
yet.
yet. But
we
you know
have
what?
To, we have to get
Life
there.
Aquatic.
That is going to be her favorite soundtrack, and she's loved the music in
No,
all
you know
of
what?
these.
She's gonna like Moonrise Kingdom.
No,
Moonrise
the
Kingdom,
reason
yeah.
she's going to love Steve Zissou
Is the
is
music.
it's all Bowie music in Portuguese.
Yeah.
What?
See?
Yeah, she
Hold on.
loves.
And it's all Bill Murray all the
Yeah,
time. So.
and Bill Murray. Okay.
Who doesn't love
So
that?
the
Yeah.
other thing that we've been doing
Except maybe Bill.
is she has seen at least 6, I would think, of the M. Night Shyamalans. So we've been doing
So you got one
Signs,
ending
So
out
you're-
of all
you're
of them.
Visit,
You're
the
torturing her?
visit. No, we're
are you
having fun. Right? You like
Because
those.
you could never go back and watch them again because they
Sixth
lose
Sense.
all.
No, that's not
all
true.
Oh
focus.
no, because you
That's
know
not
what?
true.
I'm sorry.
I
Especially
think
if you're-
Lady in the Water holds up actually as a
The
movie.
Village.
We've been watching them. I haven't seen
We've
any
been
of them
watching them all
that have been bad.
because of her. But it's really fun, and they're
You're right about some of them. Though. Like,
Sixth Sense. Overrated.
oh.
No.
Overrated.
But
True.
That's because you're dead.
I've died inside many times. Overrated.
yeah.
Sixth Sense was amazing when it came out.
Yeah,
yes,
when I
when you
first
watch
saw it, great. And then I watched it again, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah,
The
but
problem
that's because
is
you know the
once,
trick.
Once
but
you know the trick, you look at it, you're like, oh my god, it's right there. But you didn't know that.
I
in the
know,
beginning.
but
still,
the thing
it's
is,
still a good
it's
film.
fun to
The
watch it.
rewatchability of it dies out.
but
I
like
don't-
Signs
I watched Titanic.
is a really good film.
I knew the ship was going to crash. It wasn't suspenseful. No.
Wait, what?
Point.
Spoiler
point
alert.
there.
Spoiler from 30
But
years ago.
you know
I hate
what-
that movie
What
anyway,
I like
so-
watching it when I rewatch
Come on,
them
Leo lover.
is seeing where he placed the clues.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
So that's fun. But also, if you're like me and you have no memory,
Yeah.
I could watch it and go, "What? Wait,
Wait.
he was oh,
Haley Joel
all that
Osment, isn't
time
he
was
old now?
dead?"
She's watched it every day, back to
I
back in a
could-
row.
We were-
51st
She keeps
dates.
getting
I am.
tricked.
like
I am.
50%.
That is what he lives with.
51st
That.
dates, exactly.
That is
Actually,
what
we
he
were an
lives
hour
with.
and 30 into it the third time watching it, and she went, Bruce Willis is in this?
Yes, I am
in the first
absolutely.
scene.
That is
First scene.
100% our life. And Molly and I will be listening to an audiobook, and 5 minutes later she'll say something, and wait. I go, what? He dies? And she goes, Mom, it just happened. Like literally, like 5 minutes ago. You were just talking. I'm like, I didn't know he died. You know, I'm not.
The,
So everything old is new
Sorry.
again. It's kind of.
You know what
kind of
though?
fun.
then those work. Those are
works great.
He's
Yep.
the perfect director
I am
for
his-
you.
Then Adam
I am-
Sandler
yeah,
is
I'm
your
who he
guy.
made it for.
Adam Sandler, yes.
Because he does. He gets
Let's
20
face
or
it,
30
Adam
minutes every
Sandler is
movie.
nobody's guy.
No.
Now Lil's
Come
like,
on.
I love the water.
Although I
boy.
like
on.
Big,
That's a good
okay,
Water
Big
Boy.
Daddy.
Come on,
Hey,
Bobby
even-
Boucher.
Wait.
Bobby,
No,
I'm sorry,
for those
Bobby
people-
Boucher was great, and I've
Wait.
watched Pixels probably 100 times because my kids love that
I
movie.
haven't seen it.
It's not the end of the
But
world.
we like
Billy Madison.
Big
Come
Daddy.
on. What?
Big Daddy is the one I like.
Big Daddy's his best film.
Big Daddy's his best.
Not
film.
Little Nicky.
That's his.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're off the show.
Hold.
Give up your
Wow.
give up
All
your
right.
real idiots
That was
card.
So
Fantastic.
I watched a couple of films this week, and I wanted to bring them up.
Did you watch them all, or did you fall asleep and then have
No,
to go
I
back?
watched them. No, I watched like an hour, and then I'd fall asleep, and then I watched the other hour. Now you got me.
What happens at the end of Spider-Man? No.
I watched a lot of heavy breathing.
Yes, there is
Plus, I
that.
had a cold, so it was especially loud this week.
That was not me heavy breathing.
No, not me. It was me.
I'll sit there and I'm like, I can't hear a word anybody's saying.
Between the farts and the breathing.
Terrible.
So, I watched a couple of horror movies this week. I watched Ouija 2, Sign of
Wedgie?
Origin or whatever.
Yes.
You know what? Good movie. It was a good, fun horror movie. It's like a throwback, sort of. I thought it was going to be a terrible slasher, jump out of nowhere. It wasn't. I had a good time with it. Have you seen it?
I have not. watched Ouija.
The first one is garbage, like utter garbage. If that's a 1 star, this is a 3.5 star.
All right.
Seriously. It's not that it's a good movie. It's that it's a fun movie, lots of surprises. And in fact, even the ending, I'm like, wow, this went dark. Not just like, like the final girl, unexpected what happens. Unexpected. It's a good film.
Is this a sequel's better
It's-
than the first movie?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the guy who directed it, I lost his name. Too many hours here. It's the guy that directed Oculus, and he directed, I just found out, Flanagan is his last name. He directed also the other one I watched this week. So I'm recommending Ouija 2. Because it's
I am
Ouija.
not following that. It's Ouija.
it's Ouija. It's a fun
Wedgie?
It's a fun like
Wedgie.
throwback horror movie. It's a good time. Here's what I'm
Hey,
here's
you
what
like
I'm
it
not-
because Doug Jones is in it.
His boyfriend.
Is he?
Yes. No, the origin of evil?
Yeah.
Doug Jones is in it.
Is he?
He plays
I love the
Ghoul. That's
fact
why
that-
you like it.
I love the fact that you never know he's in movies you love.
Henry
then you're
Thomas
like, what?
is in
Henry
there.
Thomas is really good in it. Now wait, there is Doug Jones is in it? Who is
Yes,
he in
he
that?
plays Ghoul Marcus. He plays one of the.
Shut
what
up,
Else,
that was
what else
Doug
do you think
Jones?
he plays? Yes.
Nice.
What do you think? That's what he plays. He
Okay,
plays the
so
ghost.
so the other one I watched, I get to the end and I'll wait till I tell you about this one. But it turned out it was directed by Mike Flanagan also. Now here's the thing. I watched Gerald's Game on Netflix. Have you guys watched this?
I did not want
I just saw that it existed yesterday
Okay.
when I was looking through Netflix.
Let me
read the book.
No, you didn't. Let me tell
I
you
own
something.
the book.
Let me tell you something about this movie. First of all, here comes the good stuff. Really well acted, like really well acted. And Henry Thomas is in that one too. Creep City. He's the worst. He's the worst. The acting is great. The direction is really good. It's a really good film.
Okay.
Netflix, I'm really like, wow, this should...
What is Gerald's Game about?
Wait.
Because I think
wait,
I read it.
Wait.
What?
Now I'm going to tell you, don't watch it.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Because no woman in history should watch this movie. It is disturbing. It is wrong. I'm having PTSD from this film.
What's it about?
Okay, so basically there is a woman and her husband that are having some marital trouble, and he chains her to a bed in there playing around, and he dies. Spoiler. It's in the first 2 minutes. And the rest of the movie is
I
her.
don't think you're supposed to say spoiler after you spoil it.
Here's her. Yeah, but it's first 2 minutes.
Here, I'm going to ruin this movie for you, and then spoiler
No, the rest of the movie is her chained to this bed until things. But what transpires through this movie, I have a giant nope. I am sorry some of it is in my brain now. I don't want either of you watching this ever. I don't want to read the
now
book.
I want to.
But
because
it's
you're
really good. So if you can go
You
into
can't
it
tell me
knowing-
what to do, Rob.
Now here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's where I'm going to tell
Why'd
you
you
to
let me watch
fast
this?
forward. You don't see this, but it's enough is implied and enough happens that you're going to know. When it gets to the eclipse, fast forward. Just go 10 minutes or 5 minutes and then watch after that point because I swear to God, it was so upsetting. I don't want to even talk about it. So,
Yeah, you are.
but no, I'm not. I'm not telling you what happened. What I'm telling you is
PSA.
it's a really good film, but look out.
Look both ways
And
before
I
you
don't.
cross the street.
You're never watching it.
You'll never be old enough, Molly.
You are not watching it
I'll never be mature enough.
because what's going to happen is Martha's going to say,
Wait,
"Oh,
but
but
I'll
it's a Stephen
forget.
King.
Just
Let's
a little
try
eye
it."
eating
And then I'm
popcorn
going to hear.
We're eating
I'm going to hear
popcorn,
for the next
I
month.
blame Rob for
Why
this.
did you make me watch that?
No.
Why did you let me see that?
5 minutes later, I'll be like, I saw what? Wait, it had what in it?
Nope.
She'll forget.
On a lighter note, I feel like in Hellboy, when he's got the skeleton guy on his back right now. Starts carrying me around.
On a lighter note.
She did.
So
the
there you
apple
go.
does not fall far
I
from
was
the tree
just say
at all.
you've ruined.
So you guys have any other movies?
Just quoting Hellboy.
You guys have any other movies or anything?
we have 2 minutes.
It.
2 minutes. What do you got?
Well, we're
Well,
gonna
we're
talk
gonna
about
talk
about
it
that
later.
Yeah, spoiler. You guys are going to talk about that.
I'm just saying, it
League
was
of
there
Geeks.
fantastic.
I've been watching a lot of movies because I've been doing a horror movie marathon on our own podcast. So I'll just give quick snippets. I watched Curse of Chucky. It's on Netflix.
Oh, did you watch it? Is it good?
No.
Curse was aptly named.
It's got some funny moments to it. It's not the worst thing. I think the one before it was pretty bad. This one,
If
not
this
really
is
scary.
better than the last one, that's not saying
Better
much,
than
'cause that was
Bride?
terrible.
Is it better
was.
than Bride?
No, it's not better than Bride. But Bride was a comedy in my
Right.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Bride was totally a comedy.
It was a comedy slasher.
And then I also watched the Leatherface movie.
The new
Oh,
one?
The new one.
Was that good?
that's zombie, right? Or not?
No, it's not.
no, it's Leatherface. It's Texas Chainsaw.
Right, but I thought he did that. No?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No,
do it.
you're thinking of Halloween. He did that.
It was okay. It was not scary. It was just a little gory for gory's sake.
Yeah.
And it kind of based in the 50s. They try to throw a little red herring there on who Leatherface is in this group of people.
Is it Bruce
and how the
Willis?
family
Was
is.
he dead the
It
whole
is
time?
Bruce Willis. And then it was Haley Joel Osment coming back saying that he saw dead people when they were murdered.
Not Donny Osmond.
Not Donnie
Donny Osmond. He
How
goes
about
back as
Jimmy?
Leatherface.
Osment. Jimmy. Donnie Osmond is. That's why you see his face.
Wouldn't that be George Hamilton? Wouldn't he be Leatherface?
Is he dead?
Is George Hamilton?
Hey, get on it.
Yes.
He was in. He was
Do your
in.
job. No, not your job.
He was
what's
in
that,
Love at
Once
First
Bitten?
Bite. You guys ever
Love
see
at First
that
Bite,
one?
the worst movie ever.
Oh, it's so
With
great.
Laura Hutton, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my
It's
God.
awful.
Wait, was it Lauren Hutton? I thought
Lauren
she was
Hutton.
in.
Lauren Hutton was the
Let's talk about a good one. Once Bitten. That was pretty.
That's the one with Lauren Hutton, isn't it? Once Bitten with
No,
Jim Carrey.
That was with Jim Carrey.
That
Yeah.
was terrible.
That was a great movie.
No, when
when I was a kid, that was a great movie. But I was watching that movie when I was like
Blade
8
Runner
years
was
old.
okay, but Once Bitten is brilliant.
Okay, we're talking about different scales here. I'm not saying that Once Bitten is an Oscar masterpiece. I'm saying when I was 8 years old watching Once Bitten, it was funny to me as an 8-year-old.
Okay.
What are you saying
and
about
things.
I was a little bit older.
Molly's taking you
Nothing.
down.
I was
You're
8.
not
I
8,
was
you're
8
10.
once. You're not 8.
Trust me, when you were
I have
8,
friends that are 8, so
Okay.
Molly, when you were 8, you were definitely higher than a Lil on the scale there, so don't worry about
Probably.
it.
probably.
But that's okay. That's why I'm having my kids watch all these movies now so they can understand and
Like Alien.
they
when
can be
they're
better
3.
than me.
So if you want someone dead later, you know who to go to.
Didn't
Oh,
I
they
just
know
hear you were
everything.
watching, you let your son watch Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
He was watching part of it.
All
How
right.
did he like it?
He kept running in and out of the room. He watched the TV miniseries, the It TV miniseries. He
Okay.
watched the whole thing.
Can I just say,
He's been obsessed with Pennywise since, but
That is
Dream-
terrifying.
Dream Warrior is awesome.
Dream Warriors is the best Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's really good.
The best.
All right, we're done.
All right,
Are
we're
we
done?
done? We're done.
All right, that's it. Thank you, guys. We will be
Over.
back. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Lil. Thank you, Martha.